You're sabotaging your potential each time you surrender to fleeting urges. If you continue down this path, the grip of dopamine will erode your self-control and happiness. I control my response to every situation. That is your new decree. Your mind is not a battleground for endless temptations and distractions. It's a fortress of tranquility and strength. I want you to pause right now and comment, "I control my response to every situation," below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Feel the power in those words. Understand the essence of Stoicism lies in mastery over your desires, not through repression, but understanding. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Today, we'll uncover these ancient laws that have governed resilient minds for centuries. They are your keys to escaping the empty cycle and reclaiming control. Stay with me, for every lesson you learn today is a step towards unshakable self-mastery. Law 1. Embrace impermanence. Embrace impermanence. Envision the patterns of an ever-changing world, slipping through your fingers like sand. We live as if everything is permanent, but in truth, life is in constant motion, shifting, evolving. This is your liberation. Consider the waves of the ocean. They crash, recede, and renew themselves without ever holding form. So is every challenge, every joy, and every urge you experience. They come and go, impermanent like the wind. Seneca once reminded us, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. It's time to apply this truth to your own urges. When a craving for that dopamine hit, a mindless scroll, a digital reward, sinks its teeth into your willpower, breathe and remember, this urge is temporary. It does not own you. The very nature of this desire is fleeting and powerless against the steadfastness of your will. Imagine the freedom in embracing this law. In your work, let go of the perfectionism that binds you. Understand that every triumph or setback is transient. In relationships, cherish the moment, knowing that the present is all we have. From this perspective, you gain the power to constructively respond to life's chaos, rather than being swayed by it. Epictetus awakens this truth when he teaches, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Embrace impermanence not as a burden, but as a wellspring of wisdom and power. Let it teach you to be present, grounded, and unshakably strong. Every time you master an urge by recognizing its impermanence, you become the architect of your own fate. Law 2. Practice mindful detachment. Detachment isn't cold indifference. It's mindful liberation. You often live trapped in your own mind, clinging to emotions, thoughts, and judgments that hold no real power over you. In the workplace, how often do you find yourself stressed over email delays, colleague remarks, or looming deadlines? These are stories you weave into the fabric of your mind, stories that fuel needless anxiety. Instead, switch perspectives. Consider this. Marcus Aurelius, when faced with the immense pressures of ruling an empire, found solace and clarity in detachment. He understood that it wasn't the incessant demands of leadership that crushed the spirit, but one's attachment to outcomes beyond control. In his words, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Imagine yourself in a relationship. Every disagreement, every moment of tension feels like a storm. But storms pass. You have the choice to ride the waves, not drown in them. Mindful detachment is your lifeboat, grounding you in the now, untainted by the past, unfazed by the future. Channeling this law empowers you to shed the illusions of fear and desire, to stand firm as the world swirls chaotically around you. Let detachment be your quiet revolution, carving out space for rationality and peace. The next time you sense an urge gnawing, observe it, understand it, then let it float away like clouds on a windless day. This is your path to mastering your internal universe. Law 3. Harness inner control. We aren't strangers to the dictatorship of desire. Often, we become prisoners of our impulses. The real battleground is not outside, but within you. The nuanced war waged between reason and impulse. The Stoics taught that true power isn't about domination, but about the grace to withhold and reflect. Marcus Aurelius once observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Imagine rushing to send a hasty email out of anger, or buying yet another item you didn't plan for, just to chase that ephemeral hit of newness. These are fleeting victories for desire, deceitful kings in moments of vulnerability. In these splits of time, ask yourself, do you act or react? Harnessing inner control rewires these patterns. It's akin to standing on the edge of a turbulent sea, but knowing that the storm within is yours to calm. By observing your impulses, you're not suppressing them, you're mastering them. Seneca wisely instructed us, "He who is brave is free." Brave not in fighting forces outside, but in confronting our wildest instincts. Take, for example, a person who lives mindfully, a person like Helen, an entrepreneur constantly bombarded with distractions. She practices the art of the pause, not out of fear, but as a deliberate act of choice. Every pause is a chance to liberate herself from the cycle of mindless reactions, choosing instead a path of consideration and clarity. Each urge you master is another step toward eternal freedom. This isn't about becoming numb. It's about fully resonating with what's meaningful. As Epictetus told us, circumstances don't make the man. They only reveal him to himself. Let each mastered urge reveal the wise leader within you. So, as you navigate the pathways of life, remember the power you hold. You are the captain of your ship. Your inner control will guide you through any storm. Law 4. Cultivate indifference to pleasure. Have you ever stopped to consider the true cost of your pleasures? Imagine this. Every fleeting joy that you chase, every dopamine hit, every transient thrill, winds up becoming the master of your existence. Do you feel liberated running after pleasures, or are they the invisible chains that bind you? Seneca once emphasized, "While we wait for life, life passes." But I want you to transcend merely living to experiencing true inner peace. To begin this path, you must ask yourself if you're truly dictating the terms of your indulgence, or are you being dictated by them? The key lies in cultivating indifference to pleasure. It doesn't mean you shun joy. It means you don't let it own you. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Think of Michael, a young developer in the tech industry, thriving in a career filled with constant innovation and temptation. Michael learned not to see pleasure as an end goal, but as a fleeting event not worthy of his dominion. His power stems not from denying himself pleasures, but from choosing not to lean on them as crutches for happiness. So, consider your own life. Are pleasures assets that you control or liabilities that control you? You have the capacity to live differently, to choose, every day, what defines your joy. As you think about this, share your thoughts. How often do you let fleeting gratifications dictate your long-term peace? Are you ready to control your pleasures rather than be controlled by them? Law 5. Develop rational self-reflection. Now picture this. You're at a crossroads. On one side, a path weighed down by impulsive decisions. On the other, the clear and expansive road of rational self-reflection. Developing this reflective muscle isn't just an option, it's a necessity. As Epictetus wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Imagine yourself as an architect of your mind, carefully designing and constructing your internal landscape. Every choice, every action, meticulously examined. Michael, our young developer, understood this as he navigated through the temptations of his tech career. He wasn't afraid to pause and reflect on his decisions, asking himself the critical question, is this aligned with the life I'm aiming to build? This isn't self-indulgence or overthinking, it's strategic. Rational self-reflection is your foundation for serene strength and self-command. Just as Seneca advised, the greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. Through daily reflection, you liberate yourself from the shackles of passive existence. You learn to live intentionally, to act, not just react. You see, rational self-reflection is akin to a compass in the storm of life. When the winds of desire and distraction tempt you, this reflective process steers you back to your core values. It grounds you in the present moment, reminding you of what's truly significant. So, start cultivating this habit. Every evening, dedicate a few moments to examine the day gone by, assessing what you did, and contemplating how to do better tomorrow. This simple practice can transform chaos into clarity. Do not underestimate the power of these quiet moments. They're your most potent allies against the tyranny of fleeting desires. As you cultivate this practice, you begin to experience a profound shift. You become a leader of your own destiny, no longer swayed by superficial pleasures, but inspired by the deeper joys that come from a life examined. Law 6. Pursue true fulfillment. Pleasure is fleeting, but fulfillment is eternal. What if the endless chase for temporary satisfaction is leading you away from a life of true purpose? You must stop conforming to short-lived happiness and pursue the deeper joy that comes from within. There's a critical distinction between pleasure and fulfillment. Pleasure is easy. It's that quick hit of dopamine that snatches away your attention, much like social media likes, junk food, or mindless entertainment. The Stoics teach us that this is a dangerous treadmill, an endless pursuit that leaves you empty. Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." And this captures the essence of true fulfillment. It's about finding joy not in what could be, but in what is. When you learn to satisfy your soul rather than feeding the incessant demands of your senses, you begin to fulfill your true potential. Imagine your journey through life as planting seeds. Pleasures are like weeds, easily growing but quickly withering, requiring constant attention to maintain. Fulfillment, however, is like planting a tree. It takes time, patience, and effort, but once it takes root, it blossoms into something sturdy and resilient, offering shade and fruit for years to come. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The soul is dyed the color of its thoughts." When your thoughts are obsessed with instant gratification, your life mirrors chaos and unrest. But when your mind is attuned to fulfillment, the serenity of meaningful achievements colors your existence. Consider this in the context of your relationships. Are they built on fleeting pleasures, or do they bring real joy and growth into your life? Are you cultivating deep connections that offer support and mutual development, or are you distracted by temporary amusements that lead nowhere? Shift your mindset. Start investing in the long term. Pursue passions that may not give immediate rewards but promise profound satisfaction over time. Engage in honest work that enriches your character. Strengthen bonds that provide genuine alliances rather than surface-level acquaintances. This is the path of fulfillment the Stoics have illuminated for us. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Seize control of your destiny. Become the hero of your own story, and let the lasting joy of fulfillment guide you. Law 7. Engage in focused presence. Now, let's delve into the heart of it. Engage in focused presence. The trap of modern life's frenetic pace is distraction. It pulls you away from the power of now. If you want fulfillment, stop scattering your attention. Focus is your antidote. Imagine you're a blacksmith. Can you forge a sword if you're distracted by a myriad of trifles? No, you need singular focus. You need to be present in every strike. This is what Seneca tells us. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. Your time and attention must be confined to the task at hand, undiluted and pure. Consider your workday. Are you giving it your full presence? Or are you half-heartedly multitasking, checking emails while on a call, perhaps glancing at your phone every few minutes? This dissipates your power. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness. When you're present, you're powerful. Your mind becomes a calm, clear reflecting pool rather than the wild sea it's often compared to. You can cut through the noise and dive deep into real work that contributes to your long-term vision. There's a personal story I recall about Steve Jobs, a man known for crafting a legacy through focused presence. During one of Apple's product developments, Jobs was known to cut projects ruthlessly until only the most pivotal remained. His laser-like concentration on what mattered most yielded innovations that reshaped technology. Jobs practiced a form of Stoicism by honing his attention only on the task that truly deserved it. Take a moment right now. Are you fully present in what you do, or is your mind leaping to a dozen other places? Bring it back. Center yourself in the moment. Your actions today weld tomorrow's reality. It's time to stop living distracted lives. It's time to live consciously, purposefully, with intensity and focus. Be here now, and watch how your world transforms. Law 8. Enshroud yourself in self-discipline. Stop telling yourself you'll discipline your mind someday. That someday will bury your future today. You have the power to eliminate procrastination with a simple act of will. I command my time. My actions reflect my purpose. This isn't just a phrase, it's a declaration. It's a sword you wield against the relentless tide of distraction. I want you to pause right now and comment, I command my time. My actions reflect my purpose. Below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Seneca once said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Our modern version of adversity often comes in the guise of endless notifications, tempting flashes of irrelevant content, and the beckoning call of instant gratification. But imagine this, your future self looking back, thanking you for the discipline you fostered today, for the boundaries you laid down. Consider the life of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who owned vast riches but chose simple tunics over imperial garb. His reign required incredible discipline. He wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In a world teeming with distractions, Marcus found clarity through self-discipline, a lesson worth embodying in our digital era. Now, take control. Command your time to serve the structures you've built, the relationships you've nurtured, the work you love. Each disciplined action is a stone in the foundation of your legacy. Build with intention and remain unyielded by the noise around you. Never forget, true freedom comes from a disciplined mind. As Epictetus said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. So seize what you can control, yourself. Imagine standing at the edge of transformation, knowing you're on the brink of a powerful change. This is your moment, where self-discipline becomes your ally, not your adversary. The mastery of your urges leads to the ultimate liberation from the chains of dopamine addiction. Marcus Aurelius lived by a single truth: clarity comes from discipline, not indulgence. This truth echoes louder today. Embracing discipline isn't about limitation. It's about creating the freedom to pursue what genuinely matters, without being led astray by fleeting desires. So what's your next move? It's time to act with the wisdom of the Stoics. Carve out your life with precision and purpose. Remember Seneca's advice: it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. Dare to be deliberate. Dare to be disciplined every day. Your call to action is now. Build your life like a master sculptor with intent and courage. Let each decision reflect the legacy you want to leave behind. Stay present, stay purposeful, and finally, say goodbye to what doesn't serve you. Goodbye for now, and embrace the power of your disciplined mind.